It's such a beautiful day. I am down here by the water at the flats. So I've been to Cleveland about 4 times. I think this is my 4th time here, 4th or 5th time in the city. Second time I've been down to the flats though. Last time I was in Cleveland was 2022. It was a quick one-day road trip up by the ball field. I was there for a Guardians versus Blue Jays doubleheader. So I didn't really leave that vicinity. Not that this is that far out of the way. However, this is my first time at the flats in about 6 years, 7 years. 2019 was my only other visit to the flats in Cleveland, or on a Cleveland trip, I should say. I wouldn't say there's a lot to it. I mean, you're down on the waterfront, bunch of bars and restaurants. You got the highway up above there, but it's cool seeing all the bridges and bridges that are no longer operational. I'm assuming that's what this is right here. So basically you have an east bank to the flats, which is where I am, and the west bank, which is across the waterfront here. So if you couldn't tell from the sign in the first clip, I am on the east bank of the flats. So you have a stage here. This isn't a vehicle road, pedestrian road, so gonna assume they have music here, probably in the summer months. ESPN Cleveland, 8:50 a.m. Radio, I assume. Films here, it looks like. You can see someone in there. And I know we're not totally in peak season yet, but I mean, man, the last time I was here, it was not as run down. You had quite a few more restaurants out here. All the restaurants are closed. Last time I was here, like I said, bars on top of bars on top of bars. Now you have a bagel shop. That's the only thing that's open, it looks like. Like I said, it's fun being down on the water, but I mean, it's kind of all that's happening here. Actually, just kind of up the road, they do have the lake house, which also seems to be open. But otherwise, yeah, not much action down here for sure. I believe the Cavs are currently in the playoffs. I think it's round 3, but they're allegedly going to get their ass kicked. I mean, you can very easily bike the flats, but they got a water taxi. How do I get tickets for this? So the water taxi departs dock approximately every 15 minutes. They have a bunch of rules that you have to follow. There's a lot of wildlife in the Cayuga River. Alright, I'm gonna ride a water taxi. It's free, so I'm gonna take a spin on it.
Oh, I know. Really? Not anymore.
Now, if I remember correctly, if I thought the east side of the flats, there wasn't a lot going on. Wait till I show you this side, the west. There they go. Bye. So over there, they got a restaurant. They also got the Cleveland Aquarium, which closes at 5. I can hustle over there if I really want to do that, but I think I might keep that in the back pocket for when I come next time. I love Cleveland. All the times I've been here have been excellent. I just think I was always a little hesitant to come here for a kind of a vacation. I'm not the most confident driver in the world. I've never really driven, well, I haven't. This is the first time I've ever driven over the border. Anytime I've come over, it's always been, you know, I've always been the passenger. This is my first time ever driving over the border. And I've never really just been confident on highways and doing that. So, you know, I'm not going to fly to Cleveland. It's 3 hours from my house. There's no sense of doing that. So I've never really considered it as a place to, you know, just to come for a weekend away or, you know, a fun little getaway. But now that I've done the drive, it was very, very easy. This could be, I could see this being a place where I visit more. Yeah, I will say though, the flats is pretty disappointing. I mean, this kind of stuff, I don't even know what you call this stuff. It's cool to look at, you know, it kind of makes the area unique, but it's nothing to write home about for sure. Got a boat here, Lady Caroline. I don't really know what that is. Restaurant maybe? I don't think it's just a private yacht here on the water, but So the lady on the dock just told me to grab a pamphlet. It is a dining cruise. So one thing they do have on the West Bank is Jacob's Pavilion. This is basically Cleveland's version of the Budweiser stage. Maybe one day. I don't have time to do it today though. And then of course you got the Cleveland skyline. You can see the flats, the east side of the flats from the west. Like I said, it's a little disappointing, not gonna lie. Standing under the highway, more or less. So on the West Bank, you got Shooters. You got the Music Box. My only other trip to the flats in 2019, I was here. We actually went to the Music Box. Pretty cold for boats to be out in the water today, but I'm gonna assume the summer months. You see these cruisers and these kayaks get out there. The Music Box in the summertime is actually pretty nice. You're on the patio, up on the waterfront, so it is pretty cool. You got the awesome view of the bridge, just as far as I can go. They got a fence up, so I can't get any closer to that end of the dock, but this is good right here. Like I said, it's a great view. It's starting to rain too, so probably gonna head back to the other side. All right, well that's gonna do it for me from the flats. Like I said, nothing to write home about, but if you're here, have an hour to kill, come down by the water, check it out, take a ride on the water taxi. That was great. I highly recommend that. And walk around for a little bit. Good way to get some exercise and kill some time. So yeah, I'm out.